Hello all, welcome back to the channel where we are showing you how to grow business, digital marketing agencies. Today we're going to have a bit of a session on appointment setting. So like most businesses, we're no different. We get leads coming to us through referrals, websites. We of course run paid ads for ourselves, given that we're paid ads experts. And naturally, an important part of that is responding to those inquiries as they arrive. But there's also inquiries that will be sitting in the pipeline that have maybe arrived a while ago, but we've never had an opportunity to speak to them. There might be leads in there where we have spoken to them and maybe arranged a demo, but they've then not showed up to that demo. Or a whole bunch of other circumstances that just mean there's a bunch of aged leads sat in the pipeline throughout different stages of the pipeline. So today I'm going to do a bit of a session on just picking the phone up, speaking to people, trying to get some interest going again, trying to get them excited about the thought of joining a demo with us so that we can pitch our services and win some new business. Let's go and have a look together. Right, let's make some calls then. We'll see if we can book some appointments and make some money. It's Brian at Jolly Media Marketing here. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you, mate?
Aye, I'm good. Living the dream, as they say. You actually submit an inquiry through our ads probably a couple of weeks ago now. I've tried you a few times and just not had a chance to speak to you. We've actually spoke before. I don't know if you remember.
I do. It was quite a long time ago.
Aye, it was. How's business been since we've last spoke? I'm guessing things are fully up and running now.
Yeah, they are. They're getting busier. So I've got like a sales director working for us.
Right, good.
They're working with me now. And he just did training for, I think it was 6 or 7 guys yesterday.
Right, good.
Down in Manchester. Because we have got a generic lead generator who's also come on board and supplying us with generic leads.
Right, okay.
On that. But that's just generic. So we do want to look in the sort my own.
Right, got you. Out. And remind me, you had an interesting model. For the love of me, I can't remember it. Remind me of the actual commercial model that you work towards.
So, like from the basics, or just for like?
Just for beginning to end, for advertising and finding a customer right through to fulfilment. So I guess as you'll probably remember when we spoke last time, we work exclusively with solar and battery installers. Because of that, at the minute, to be honest, we've got pretty limited capacity just because we're riding the wave in renewables alongside everybody, right? We're busy. My job in speaking to you today really is just to get a bit of info and determine whether we think the business is a good fit for you and vice versa. So I'll ask you a couple of questions, mate. I appreciate this may kind of flex up and down, right? But indicatively, how many installs are you doing at the month at the minute? And how are you generating most of the opportunities? You mentioned you've got a lead gen guy that's doing is that just some freelance work for you? And what's the biggest kind of frustration with your current lead gen? Is it just kind of get enough of it, the quality's not where it needs to be? And where are you looking for the business to be over the next 12 months? If you had that good old renewables magic wand, capacity-wise, like to deliver, is that an issue for you? There's no constraints here? Okay, mate, so just if I've understood correctly then, the biggest challenge is maybe lead quality and just increasing that quantity. And ideally you'd like that to ramp right up in line with your sales guys ramping up. Is that the long and short of it? I've got that a bit right?
Yeah.
Great. Well, mate, I guess the good news is based on what you've shared, there's potentially a great fit there. You know what we do. We've been in the game for 4 years now. We're doing between £1 and £3 million worth of solar and battery installation work every month with our existing clients. What I'd be happy to do, mate, is arrange a wee 20 to 30 minute strategy session over a video call if that suits you. I can show you some of the example ads. I can also show you some video testimonials that we've just recently gathered, and then talk you through the commercials in more detail if that suits. All right, mate, take care. Have a great weekend for now. Cheers. Bye-bye. And just like that, that's an appointment in the diary for Monday. I've spoken to Gareth before. Just when he was setting up, the timing just wasn't quite right, but he's come in through one of our funnels a couple of weeks ago. I've missed him a few times. Thankfully got him the day. Another wee appointment in the diary, and we'll see how the pitch goes on Monday. In terms of like what we're doing on an appointment setting call, it might have sounded all very kind of organic and conversational, but I've actually scripted out some kind of qualifying criteria that we're looking for any potential prospect to meet before we set them on an actual demo. And that's primarily just to make sure that we're not wasting his time or ours. So I've actually got that scripted in front of me on the screen. I just sound like I'm very conversational when I'm doing it because I've done it for so long now. So we follow a tried and tested method of appointment setting, and I'm just gathering for him, I guess without him even really realising, all of the information that is indicative of whether we think we can help him right now or not. But with this particular example, it was semi-semantics because I know who he is. I've been keeping an eye on the progress that they've been making. I already know that they qualified to work with, so for me it was just getting a conversation going, getting a bit of a relationship going, and getting him starting to feel a bit excited about joining the call on Monday. When I book this appointment in, a nurturing sequence will commence between now and Monday. That will send him a bunch of video testimonials and just a whole load of social proof. Again, just so that we can start to get him excited about the prospect to joining that call on Monday. So I'll get that into my diary. That's one of a few that I'm going to reach out to today. Hopefully get the diary nice and jam-packed between Monday and Tuesday next week. I guess one of the key things that we're doing when we're appointment setting is making sure that we're not wasting anybody's time. The last thing we want to do is to get somebody all excited for a call, them get into the weekend thinking that they've spoken to somebody that can help change their world, when actually when they join the demo we ask them a couple of questions and we identify pretty quickly that they're just not set up right to receive our level of support. An example of that might be somebody that's just recently kind of moving into the renewable space. They're a start-up business. That just wouldn't be for us for a whole host of reasons. So we follow a two-step sales process primarily to make sure that we don't get people onto a demo to get them all excited about something that is just never going to come to pass anyway. So we'll use that first call as an opportunity to just, we want to warm them up and get them excited, but we also want to qualify them and make sure that they are actually set up to receive our level of support. And if they're no, we'll give them some advice, we'll wish them well and tell them to go away and work on those 4 or 5 things and then come back and speak to us in maybe 5 or 6 months' time again. Hey, hello, it's Brian here at Jolly Media Marketing. We're a renewables marketing agency. You left your details on one of your Facebook ads recently. That's okay, mate. Do you have 5 just now to chat while you're driving?
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Well, let's start with the simple stuff. Just tell me a small amount about your business, just for a bit of context.
Yeah, I've been doing solar for since 2019 or so.
Oh God, right. You can probably tell from my accent where we're based, mate. We're just outside of Glasgow.
I was just going to say, you're from somewhere around Glasgow.
Aye, we're just outside of Glasgow, mate, about 6 miles from Parkhead, if that. But we help a whole bunch of clients now over Ireland, Scotland, England and Wales. So we've been marketing using Meta in the renewable space now for about 4 years, and our current clients do anywhere between £1 and £3 million a month in solar and battery sales through our ads. You mentioned paid ads. Have you ran paid ads before, or are you looking to just start running them now? But listen, because solar and batteries so buoyant at the minute in the UK in particular, we've naturally got a bit of limitation in the capacity that we have. My job today in this call is simply just to ask a few questions to see if I think we can actually help you. If we can, we'll give you some advice and wish you well, and if we can, we'll maybe invite you along to a wee free strategy session through a video call for 20-30 minutes or so, mate. So let me just ask you a couple of simple questions. Indicatively at the moment, I appreciate this might flex up and down, but how many solar and battery installs are you currently completing each month at the minute? I think I know already that this it wouldn't be one for us. I don't want to waste any of your time at all, mate. You're not quite set up yet to receive our level of support. But once you get to that point where you're maybe doing 4, 5, 6 installs a month on your own, you've got my number, mate. Feel free to give me a bell anytime, and we can pick the conversation back up then, all right? Alright, so that's an example of a call whereby pretty quickly I've identified he is really a one-man band. I don't know if you quite heard in the audio there, but he was saying that he's just recently recovering from a bit of a physical injury, so his business is taking a knock as a result of that. He's not really doing any sort of volume between kind of 0 and 1 a month at the minute on a good month. So it just doesn't meet the ideal client profile, the type of fitter that we're looking to work with right now. So rather than waste any of his time, I just called the call to an end. And as you heard, told him, you know, if you get yourself back up and running, then give us a bell any time. I'll probably set a wee reminder to reach out to him in 6 months' time, just to see how he's getting on. We're looking to work with more and more fitting partners over in Ireland now. We've got quite a good foothold, certainly here in Scotland, but here in the UK. We're looking to do more and more business in other regions. Ireland's an easy one for us. It's 30-40 minutes in the plane and we're there. We can probably get there quicker to Pool and some of the other weird and wonderful places that we travel to conduct video shoots. So wasn't one for us, but one more that I can chalk off on the CRM and we'll move on to the next. Oh, it's Brian here at Jolly Media Marketing, the renewables marketing agency.
How you getting on?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. We had a good chat.
Apologies, I missed what do you call it, didn't I?
The demo, aye. Don't sweat it, mate. That's why I'm calling. Just we had a good chat and I'm keen to speak to you, mate. So I was giving you a bell just to see how your diary's looking early next week, maybe to reconvene on it. Seems to have lost signal or he's hung up. Let's find it.
Hello, sorry, I was waiting for you back there.
No, that's okay.
Might cut out again.
Right, okay. Do you want me to put something in Monday or Tuesday that suits me, and if it doesn't suit me you can phone me back and let me know?
Aye, yeah, 100%, that's the way to play it.
That's fine. But listen, the last thing I want to do is waste your time or mine, John. So if you're happy for the conversation to continue, I'll put that in, mate. If no, and if it's just not for you then let me know, and you know I won't waste any more of your time.
Okay.
Alright, mate. Have a nice weekend. Cheers. Bye. Bye. Right, there we go. So that was one that we had booked in for a demo that didn't show. He acknowledged that as soon as he picked the phone up, which is always a good show of intent. Comes with the territory in B2B. I wish everybody was just so bought in that they appeared 100% of the time. The nature of doing high volume means that you do get on occasion somebody that doesn't turn up. Typically, if they don't turn up because they're not interested, when you follow up with them again, they'll very rarely pick the phone up. So the fact that he's called, had a chat with me, got cut off due to poor signal, and then has actually picked up the phone again tells me that there's actually a good bit of intent there. So we'll try with him one more time. Typically we'll only try a couple of times to get a call in, and if we just can't get them tied down, they don't show up a second time, then we won't waste any more of our time. But we'll give him one last crack and we'll see how it goes. So that gives you a wee flavour for the life of an appointment setter, as it were. It's absolutely pivotal in our business, but I'd suggest in most businesses, that leads are piling in the door through websites, paid ads. What can often let businesses down is when they're not on it and dedicating solid time to just work in the pipeline like I did there, picking the phone up, having conversations with people and getting that diary filled with appointments. So we try and dedicate as much time to that over the course of the week as we possibly can. And if you're out there trying to grow an agency or any type of service-based business really, it's vital that you're not only responding to them as they're arriving into your funnel, but you're also dedicating a bit of time each week to get into the pipeline and maybe regenerate old leads that have been sat in there gathering dust for a wee while. There's money in there, you just need to go out and get after it.